Let's move on. Because when Josh McCown tried to dive into the end zone, went into the concussion protocol almost immediately, it was time to see Johnny Manziel much earlier than we thought. Threw a touchdown pass. Didn't do much after that. So, tweet from Browns SB50. I don't think we're watching the same game if you're blaming any of this on Johnny Manziel. I don't know, Fedor. What do you think? How much blame does Johnny Manziel deserve for the disaster yesterday?
I mean, he's lumped into everybody else that deserves a ton of blame for yesterday. There's not a single player that I can look back at on yesterday's game and say that guy performed well or that guy reached expectations or exceeded expectations. There's nobody. But for Johnny Manziel, look, I mean, you have a responsibility as a quarterback to not make mistakes. That's the whole game plan for the Browns. That's what they want their offense to be. Maybe it's not going to be flashy. Maybe they're not going to score a bunch of points, but you can't put your team in danger and turn the ball over and over and over again. And the bottom line is we saw who Johnny Manziel is and who Johnny Manziel's always going to be yesterday. There was the good, there was the touchdown pass to Travis Benjamin, the flashy play, the fireworks. But you also had the Johnny Manziel, who's a little bit too reckless to play quarterback right now in the league.
For everything that went wrong, though, Ray Guy, is Manziel the guy we should be talking about? Or
You're not going to be one of those Manziel denizens that wants to anoint him after what you saw yesterday. Look, here's the deal with this. You know, again, I felt before he came into the NFL, so this isn't a second and third call on me. Back to May of 2014, he does not have the requisite skill set needed to be a successful winning NFL quarterback. I'm going to stand by that. If he does, I'll raise my hand and say I'm wrong, and it'll be great for the Browns. But the point is that he has to stay in the pocket more. Three things that you need with an NFL quarterback. You got to do it with your mind, your arm, and your legs are way down at the bottom end of that spectrum. First half, you noticed, stayed in the pocket, hit some drops, and delivered the football. What happened after he threw that horrendous pick to Marcus Williams? Now he starts running around at the first sign of trouble. Ball security an issue. I'm sorry. I'm not going to anoint him after playing a couple of moments of good football. And secondly, you know, for all of you that believe he should be absolved because he didn't get a lot of work with the ones and because, you know, his preparation time was limited, come on now. Please, get a dose of reality. This is the NFL. Your quarterback's got to be the guy who facilitates everything. And a little bit of good, more ball security problems. I cannot find belief in what he does.
I tried to play contrarian on the last one. I can't do it here. Bud, do you have anything?
Well, I agree with some of what both guys said, but in general, I'll say this. Manziel was better than Brian Hartline, and he was yesterday. Listen, if you're going to give him a break and say that he didn't get a chance to play with the ones, what you also have to say is that the Jets didn't get a chance to game plan for Johnny Manziel. And if he's going to be the starter this week, we'll see a defense that can do it. And my guess is they'll use some of the same tactics that the Cincinnati Bengals did in not trying to blitz him as much as rush contain him. And that's when he really doesn't know what to do with the football. So if you're saying nobody should be anointing him, and if you're talking about whether we should blame him, he threw an interception and fumbled twice. Could have fumbled a third time on a play that got called back.
If Josh McCown would have played the whole game and had a 75 QBR, right, and had 3 turnovers, what would you be saying?
Put in Johnny Manziel.
Horrendous, terrible performance.